Well, look, new beginnings in Bengal, viewers. New beginnings in Bengal. Generations have come and gone, and they haven't seen a BJP government there. This is Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah's moment. Now, I just want viewers to remember what Amit Shah has said, because clearly he is going to be the person who is going to have to come out and acknowledge this great victory, because he has been the architect of it. The only person who believed, and this is what he said. And I just want to play this out.
काउंटिंग चालू होगी 8 बजे बैलेट बॉक्स खुलना शुरू होगा 9 बजे पहला राउंड 10 बजे दूसरा राउंड 1 बजे काउंटिंग समाप्त और बीबी दीदी टाटा गुड बाय.
Well, viewers, that was bluster, and I remember a large number of TMC, the Mahila Mandal, as they are called in the Sansad, all those MPs came out and they were extremely unhappy, weren't they, Smita Prakash, about this, saying there is a new coarseness to the discourse and that Amit Shah is targeting Mamata. In some sense, this is undignified. Remember, they all came out and said all of that.
No, since when did they become the flag bearers of dignity? Because they have not shown any track record of being dignified.
You didn't even let me finish my question. You preempted it. I was going to ask you this. See, Laddu has been put in my mouth. The fact is, Laddu dekhte. So the question was, there will be these people who will come out now, Smita Prakash, and say that, oh, this is the victory of the lumpenization of Indian politics. How do you respond to this?
No, I'm sorry to say this. Lumpenization is such a snobbery that they have regarding a certain section of our population. No, that won't work, It's not necessary that you're Stephanian Don Bosco crowd just because you speak in English, but you use foul language in English. That doesn't make you non-coarse. It makes you coarse. That's the language that they have been using. The other side might say ulta tal dunga, but your guys are calling the sitting home minister as a gunda. Used really foul language against the Prime Minister, went to the EC's office and banged on his table and was so rude that they were asked to leave within a couple of minutes. Isn't that coarse behavior too? So both sides, have crossed the Rubicon as far as I'm concerned. People are watching both sides and saying, if this is the case, you fight it the way the other
Professor,
person is
less
doing
than
it.
2 years, 1 second, you're preempting me again. Everyone is preempting me. Do you know what question I want to ask you? Less than 2 years after, Mamata Banerjee, Mahua Moitra, Sagrika Ghosh, so many of these elite MPs came out and said, Modi is finished. Look what has happened.
They kept in mind probably the 2024 elections, especially in Bengal.
No, that's what I'm just asking you. What happened? Modi is finished.
Still, I really don't know what impact it will have nationally.
I'll tell you what happened. You know what you accused Prime Minister Modi of at that time and the BJP? Arrogance. You said that they were arrogant, they didn't see the writing on the wall, 400 par ka hawa nikal gaya. Now I'm asking you, sir.
Yeah.
Mamata Banerjee said that she is going to get 230 seats.
Yeah, she will be saying this because she is the boss of the party, and it can happen even now. That's what the cadres are saying. Only 3 rounds of counting.
No, you won't say that that's arrogance. That was arrogant speaking. That was somebody who was completely cut off from the ground. Professor, you can't change the goalpost suddenly.
On both sides
yes,
of
you
the
play great football, but you can't today nutmeg me. I have to ask you this question.
Yeah.
You said very clearly about Prime Minister Modi that he was arrogant, not in touch with the sentiment on the ground. So I'm asking you, sir, because we've had these sort of matches earlier. So I'm asking you, do you think Mamata Banerjee did not read voter sentiment, that she was perhaps surrounded by a coterie of people who
all these assessment can be done only after clear mandate from the Election Commission of India.
Mandate has come, sir, now.
Even the margin, if you talk about their leads.
So the Election Commission
leads and the leads are very
this is a language. This is a language which I'm quite surprised that I'm hearing.
Sir,
No,
38% of
if I can say, you heard Shukanta Majumdar right now.
Evaluation can be done only later. But fact remains, that
No, you
BJP
heard Shukanta Majumdar right
BJP
now.
practices a different kind
Manojit
of politics.
Mandal, you heard Shukanta Majumdar. Shukanta Majumdar is saying he just had a chat with Shuvendu Adhikari. He's right now at 159 constituency, trailing by 8,000 votes. But the Muslim votes or the counting of the Muslim dominant region sectors in Bhawanipur are over. He's saying now the Hindu vote will consolidate. The other thing, sir, this what I've plotted right now is the Muslim dominated seats, more than 50% Muslim population seats where they are. Look at this, 43 seats. 3 seats have gone to the others. They have gone away from the Trinamool Congress. The Muslims are voting. BJP is leading in 9 of them.
Probably ISF
BJP is getting 9 of them, sir. 9 of them.
Leading there.
The TMC is minus 12. Minus 12. What I'm trying to say, sir,
we are talking about Murshidabad, where BJP got 1 or 2 seats in
it's
last time.
not just Murshidabad. It's plotted across. It's not that it's not just Murshidabad. I'm just saying it's plotted across. What I'm trying to say is this time, people, it's not even Hindu, Muslim or TMC, BJP. It's about trying to say we have had enough of you. And this, if the incumbent does not read, address, and then correct, then it's about being in denial, election denial. The same group of people who are advising the Trinamool are also advising the DMK. And look what's happened.
Look,
You played Kolkata versus Delhi, he played Tamil Nadu versus Delhi. You played Bengal versus Delhi, he played Tamil Nadu versus Delhi. Same thing, it was in denial. That's what I'm trying to say.
If these trends are going to stay, then the 2024, I think, was a surprise. You have to say this. I mean, 2 years ago, the same people voted for Mamata.
Sir,
was it the same 190 seats?
Was it
so what's the difference?
No,
I can
sir.
find only one
2 years ago, you
visible
should,
ghost.
2 years ago, you should have read the sign that, sir, in the assembly projections, the BJP had climbed to 92 seats. You had seat conversions
because was winning 190.
Sir, let's understand the logic. 4 out of 5 assembly seats, you may be losing, but the 5th assembly seat pulls a concentration of votes that outnumbers the 4 assembly seats. So you take that Lok Sabha constituency. But you lost seats there. Look at women. Women have voted against you. Women have voted against you, sir. Women have voted against you.
No numbers here on our screens, viewers. These are again leads of various individuals and their parties on your screen.
And only 4 rounds of counting have been done.
MK Stalin consistently trailing by over 5,000
Kolattur.
votes. And Udaynidhi leading only by about 300 votes.
That also, he'll also lose. See,
let's have a look at that.
In Tamil Nadu,
there's also, viewers, there is also now an unassailable lead that the EC seems to be putting out. 167 leads.
This is the BJP strike rate also on the screen right now. Rahul,
BJP strike rate.
87% in Assam.
87% in Assam. Let's look at the other states and let's see their strike rate there. This is now coming to the point where, viewers, we are seeing this is TamilNadu. This is AIADMK 34%, but look at TVK, 50% strike rate, viewers. The DMK is struggling, 24. And Mr. Iyer Mitra says that parties at number 3 are basically out of the game, historically.
Historically, you look at it, the moment MGR split from the DMK and created the ADMK, the Congress had no chance left after that, right? So this has been the pattern throughout.
So now, are you saying that this is curtains for the entire
set for DMK?
If TVK does not tie up with ADMK or DMK, the DMK may very well fade.
Here is the thought. Can I just put it out here? Look at how the TVK has plotted.
The entire vote
The TVK has plotted across. Rahul was just saying, if you look at the score, the TVK is at 110. They may need max 7 or 8 seats. The PMK and 2-3 other smaller regional parties which cover 1 or 2-3 seats. Congress, they may just break away from the DMK and come. But let me ask you this. Is this perhaps the right signal for the BJP to go back to their 2024 template and say we'll fight alone? We will now move to an alternative counter narrative, not ally with the TVK. We will be the alternative, and Annamalai gets his way back into the BJP. Is this a message from the BJP saying we don't want you going together with the ADMK? Yeah, more shots.
Let's listen to them. Fresh shots. What's going on there? The whistle.
Whistle podu.
Whistle podu.
Whistle podu.
Whistle Kunji. Yeah.
Wonderful. Let me tell you, viewers,
Whistle
on
Kunji.
that point,
No, the
24%.
Squirrel. Anil.
24.
Anil, we say Anilu.
Anil, okay,
Anil is the
24%.
squirrel, yeah.
24% viewers of the votes have been counted in TamilNadu, in West Bengal 13% still, Assam 30%, and Kerala 47%. So Kerala
This is pretty
efficient,
cute, yeah.
it's going through.
Yeah, it's very
But
sweet,
look at this,
and the
amazing.
family is so happy about this, and you
Yeah.
know his father very sweetly blowing the whistle and then closing his ears. I think somewhere this is a sentiment a lot of people are expressing, that they wanted an alternative which should continue to be Tamil. Was
Focus on supporters of Vijay.
families, we just got the
Uncharitable,
video.
sir.
We've just got the video. The family
uncharitable.
the family also went through a lot of tough times. The DMK didn't make it easy when they tried to raise up personal issues around the campaign and all that.
Word of caution before writing off DMK or ADMK. Both are extremely strong cadre-based parties, and I think the difficult part of the work for TVK actually starts now, because they've made, they've raised hope sky high.
Yeah.
And nobody really knows even what they stand for. And how is their delivery going to be is going to be a huge
That is
challenge.
exactly my point, Sumantraman. My point is that because TVK is going to be raw, they have to start from the ground up. Life's not going to be easy. DMK, ADMK, two entrenched parties will have to recalibrate. Is this a right opportunity for the BJP to realize that ADMK plus BJP did not translate? It did not exponentially become a 60% market share, vote share.
That's how the numbers are actually looking. Now look at
What
that
are the options
broad
of-
swath. Let's just pull that out. Yes, there you can see it. Look at this. This is the huge big change that has taken place. That's the TVK viewers almost getting to that halfway mark. Earlier, of course, it used to be the DMK, and you can see the smaller hemisphere inside was 2021. And now look at the new wave. And
Yeah, the DMK had 159 the last time around. They are down 55, so they are minus 104 seats
104
already.
seat.
The ADMK did not do well. They were 75. They are minus 7 right now. But the TVK has even breached into the Congo belt. So the TVK has split castes. It's thrown open the dynamic. I'm just saying, is this the right time for the BJP to say, let's go it alone, let's be the other counter to the TVK and then build that work?
No, for BJP, I was just
Yeah.
I already told you in 24 they got 18.5%. That was not BJP, the ideology. That is the third front, non-DMK, ADMK front. But that has now completely evaporated. So ADMK's vote bank down to 1 year has remained. Some of vote bank has gone to Vijay. So then what happens to, where does BJP stand now? I don't think BJP stands anywhere.
this scenario is
I'm
also
not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let him complete. Let him
So I
complete.
don't think there's chance for BJP anymore, because it is going to be one of the two Dravidian parties after this versus Vijay. But where is BJP stand here? I don't see where BJP stands here.
just one.
Can I just add to this? See, the
coming.
thing was, the time to go it alone, jab akla chalo re, you have to keep at it. You can't do going alone in staccato like this. There was a vacuum at that time for a third party going it alone. Now that third party has been filled in by Vijay.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, it has been filled
34%
in
of
by
the vote.
Vijay. Now there is no,
34%.
that vacuum isn't left.
This
So it was a
is-
huge tactical mistake to not keep at that.
My dear friend, sir, this is the first
I think
time
Annamalai
that you
created the pitch.
have a single party.
Yes.
I think Annamalai
yes,
created
in
the pitch actually.
6 decades,
and then
is it?
someone else
In
came
Exactly.
6
Yeah.
decades that you have, Anand, in 6 decades that you have a single party sweeping out the coalitions in Tamil Nadu. Look at that
Such
vote share,
a big
34%.
Yeah, so we've always
it can
said
happen.
we've
It can
always said
happen
in
that-
numerics that if he touches 35%, then he gets majority.
I have another
See,
perspective.
the simple point is at numerics also we had very clearly put out that the moment Vijay gets over 31% vote share
things
across
get-
Tamil Nadu, and that's what I was coming to, that this 34% vote share is across Tamil Nadu, and that's why he's getting the seat share gains like he is. In fact, if he gets up to 34% vote share across the state, then he should actually get 145 seats. That's our projection. If he pinches from both the DMK and ADMK, right now it's not a 50-30-20. It seems to be that he's pulling everything from the DMK, and that's why his seat conversions are lower.
So
if
there's
you
a
want to pull
celebration.
more votes from the DMK or more push, then this seat count will actually go up further. That's
But
what
he's
that's
but
what
he's
will
hurting
happen.
also in urban.
I mean, Anand,
Rural, sorry. He's hurting. Sorry.
Just one thing. Whether this is possible or not, ADMK minus BJP goes with TVK. Is there any possibility of this kind? ADMK minus BJP goes with TVK.
See, I'll tell you what, post-poll, I'll tell you one more thing.
Happen?
It is very clear that these are pre-poll alliances, but the ADMK, had it been a single largest party, it would have formed government on its own. But the ADMK right now doesn't need to actually go. It doesn't gain because the TVK will not yield ground. The TVK will break alliances within the DMK and also ADMK, the smaller parties. See, this is 13 parties here, there are 14 parties here. They will be able to make it. They will be able to make it. See, look at the ADMK. In the ADMK breakup, if you were to see, PMK has 6.
Hang on, if Congress
See, PMK has 6.
the nationally there will be different kind of
It doesn't
impact.
matter.
No.
It's very transactional. It doesn't matter who they are with.
No, there is no, this is, no, there is no, bondage or bind. It's not binding on any of these allies to stick around. So PMK is 6, okay? PMK is 6, and then you will have the DMK here. The DMK plus also has Congress, which is 6, CPI has 3, VCK has 2, DMDK 1, CPM. Any one of them can decide that we will back you. We don't want anything. We'll back you. Give us some mayoral positions or some other this one. We don't even have ministerial berths. He will get those numbers.
The CPI actually making a difference in Tamil Nadu.
He needs only 20. He needs only 20 seats to be comfortable, right? 7 seats to get halfway, 8 seats to get the majority. Now 6 seats from PMK, 6 seats from Congress. Both sides are trying to say we will back you. 12 seats, 122. He is comfortable.
He's just sitting
And
there saying, "Mango, you know."
This is not it settled. However, if TVK slips below 100, as the rounds accrue, the ADMK goes up.
Minus BJP.
At that time, if both of them are at 80, 90 odd seats, as the round count goes up and the ADMK picks up steam, the TVK slips a little. That's when this conversation will be taking place. Otherwise, it's highly unlikely. Unless there is a conversation which is happening at the highest levels, a call goes to them and they take a larger call that we want to be in government here and we want it to be an NDA, quasi-NDA grouping. That's a different story altogether. But that depends, because we had Jagan Mohan Reddy. Jagan Mohan Reddy ran the government, but he was supportive and the NDA was supportive of him. Will that be a scenario? We don't know. But as of now, TVK doesn't need anybody's support. The smaller parties can help. The smaller parties can make that.
The list is almost finished.
Smaller parties can make that number. Just quickly bringing you up to speed on what's happening in Bengal.
Well, remember what the Prime Minister had said. The Prime Minister had said after Bihar, when he was at the BJP headquarters, the time was about 7:45 in the evenings. He said,
Ganga.
Bihar se Ganga.
Ganga Bihar se Bengal behti hai.
Do you remember? Do you remember that, Smita Prakash?
Yeah, because you know, when he was there, when Amit Shah was there in Bengal, they turned around and said, "Ha, you are here. Can you clean up Yamuna? This is our Ganga. Ganga Ma is not anybody's.
Let's play that.
It is everybody's."
Let's play that soundbite, viewers. Remember those words, prophetic as they were, and I'll take reactions from our panel right after. Yes.
गंगा जी यहाँ बिहार से बहते हुए ही बंगाल तक पहुंचती है। बिहार ने बंगाल में भाजपा की विजय का रास्ता भी बना दिया है।
Just go straight across to. Okay, well, there we go. There we go. Let me bring in Mr. Bhagat on this. Yes.
All this talk is going on about like how BJP did all these unfair things to win in Bengal. Tell me something. What was TMC famous for? What was TMC famous for? If you ask a person, were they known for good governance? Were they known for attracting investment into Bengal? Were they known for enforcing law and order? Or were they known for totally the opposite things? Now, whatever you might say, there are chief ministers of the BJP which tend to build a name for themselves, right? In Assam, like same thing, right? The Northeast was so sick and tired of governments that came and did nothing. So maybe the people of Bengal have said, let's give them a chance at the state level. I mean, it's not, it could be as simple as that people are just tired of TMC being known. Whether it's bad PR, maybe TMC has done a lot of good work, I don't know. But definitely the image is law and order is not there, you know, Gundagardi is there. Who puts up a big plant in West Bengal? And if nobody puts money in West Bengal, where will the jobs get created? You know, how many jobs like will the government give? So these are real issues. TMC at some point, in so many terms, at some point they have to say, you know what, we're going to lift Bengal. Why is it still a low per capita income state despite such intellectuals and such educated people coming from there? Why is Bengal so poor, so backward still, whereas you see states, all other states are coming up?
Yeah.
So I think that it's as simple as that. People want a government that works, and what is the West Bengal government known for? Be honest, put your hand on your heart and say, what is TMC's reputation? What are the first few words that come to mind?
Okay, let me ask Saira Shah Halim, are you surprised at the result that has come through from Bengal? Mr. Bhagat right next to you is saying, what was the TMC government known for? Fine, a few welfare schemes, but...
See, it is a little startling. I was expecting TMC to win by a very slim margin. However, this has been really overwhelming. We didn't expect this kind of a debacle, because all said and done, for whatever Mamata Banerjee might be all about, I don't appreciate the corruption and everything that goes on in TMC. However, you know, being a pragmatist, I expected Mamata Banerjee to win by a very slim margin, but this has been something else.
What basis you expect
I
her
see,
to win?
listen.
What were the redeeming
No, the redeeming,
I have to-
the
What were the redeeming
redeeming thing
qualities
is
that they will bring again?
that the people of Bengal vote very differently. They
On what?
generally keep the BJP out.
For what?
They keep the BJP out because it dabbles in communal politics all the time. It's always about Hindu-Muslim, because the idea is that you need to fight about core people issues. What about
If
unemployment?
that's the case, why is the
What-
Communist Party and the left today, why is Bharat a communist Mukt Bharat today? If the left was the one only talking about people's issues,
Kaam
and the
kiya, TMC ne
BJP
kaam kiya,
is
madam.
now
Kaam
at
kiya, TMC.
82% of the population
because-
is under NDA or BJP-led governance.
Because we really can't fight against big money, big capitalism and communalism, but however, there's still people out there who believe in integral, inclusive India, and the fight, in power or not, would continue.
But inclusive and corrupt and inefficient and with no law and order.
I agree there is lawlessness. I agree there's an anti-incumbency. I agree that there are corruption, debacle in Mamata Banerjee's regime. But as a pragmatist, I thought she will win with a very slim
Now, how are you
margin.
being pragmatic if you didn't read the current on ground? My point is, on ground, everybody in Tamil Nadu read that there is anti-incumbency. On ground, how is it that you didn't read that there is anti-incumbency in Bengal? Okay, we may have got who the eventual victor, pollsters may have got who the eventual victor will be, not ADMK,
like I
but
said.
the TVK. In this case, how is it
So
that
I'm
after
admitting-
all that's happened, you living in Kolkata didn't read the
No,
anti-incumbency on ground?
I did read, but however, we can't dismiss the SIR factor. We can't dismiss that lakhs of people have got disenfranchised, and that was paying havoc in the electoral debacle and the result that we are witnessing today. We cannot negate the lakhs that have been disenfranchised. That is a very, very prominent factor.
Right.
Yes, there was major corruption in the TMC regime. I mean, education ministers have been caught with teaching.
Can I remind?
Yeah. Can I go there, please? I just want to go and let's look at some of the graphics. also.
Can I put one question to Mr. Bhagat?
Can I remind Anand that BJP piggybacked on Mamata Banerjee and entered Bengal? Don't forget.
I think we got
Number
Shoendu
one.
Adhikari speaking
She
with us.
called RSS a patriotic
Dada, we got
Don't
Shoendu
forget.
Adhikari speaking with us. Can we just listen to him? Yeah, let's listen to Shoendu Adhikari.
How do you become a pragmatist if you allow?
जी हमारे साथ हम इनसे बात करें दादा इनिशियल जो रिजल्ट है ट्रेंड आप कैसे देखते हैं
बीजेपी के सरकार।
अच्छा ये बताइए कि अभी क्या कहते हैं ये थे शुभेंदु अधिकारी
Dr. Tarun, decisive victory, at least that's what the initial trends are showing. How are you seeing this result?
I think it's been a major amazing lead for us. We were expecting a win, but this is an even bigger margin than we had expected.
The way in which the people have come out and voted, did you expect this kind of a margin?
It's still an hour or two to go. I don't want to count all my chickens before they're fully hatched, but the emerging trend is unprecedented in recent history. And for example, there are 50 seats that the CPM has never lost since 2001. Today they will lose some of them. It's amazing.
Many of the ministers in this government are trailing at the moment, including Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan is trailing in Dharmada.
Absolutely astonishing. And in Kerala, quite unusual and unprecedented. It is a sign that the Kerala voter is voting against the 10 years of misgovernance we have seen.
So now when you're talking about all this, the big question is who will be the next Chief Minister of Kerala?
Don't ask me. It will be decided in consultation with the elected MLAs by the High Command.
Also in the other states, in Bengal we are seeing a huge margin victory for the BJP, and in TamilNadu something quite unexpected where TVK is number one.
Yeah, I think that the nation is going to obviously be riveted by what's going on in those two states, because those have defied the expectations of most people. On the other hand, still 2 hours to go, trends could change. Let's see.
Prakash, it has been, initial trends are showing 90 plus for the Congress. How are you seeing this? Did you all expect this kind of a victory?
We are expecting just like that. And in Kerala, all part of Kerala, they are with the UDF. That's the problem. They are against this government.
Many of the ministers are trailing at the moment, including Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan in Dharmada, which is a left traditional stronghold. How are you seeing
that itself will you can see that the government will come back, the government UDF will come back. There's no doubt.
Did you all expect this huge victory this time?
Yeah, we are expecting this huge victory.
Sir, the question in everyone's mind is who will be the next Chief Minister of Kerala if Congress?
So that we will decide later, not now. We will decide it later. AICC will decide.
You are at the KPCC office here. We can see how the workers are rejoicing here. 90 plus. Is this something which you all had expected?
This is something which we had expected, and we had always maintained that we will touch 185 plus is sure. And this is a gift by people of Kerala to UDF and to Congress, and it's a very clear mandate and absolute majority and decisive victory. And this also reflects Pinarayi Vijayan, the Chief Minister, is trailing. Almost all the ministers are trailing, so that shows the anti-incumbency factor against LDF is surely there. This is a big victory than Parliament and even as local body elections. So we are very, very excited. As you can see in the party headquarters, the celebrations have already begun.
So you're saying the celebrations have already begun here. From morning we are seeing this, how people are rejoicing over here. But the fact that Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan is trailing even after the 4th round in a constituency like Dharmada, which has been a stronghold of the Kandur, many ministers are trailing. What do you make of this?
So this shows PR is not what is needed. You travel across Kerala, you will see Pinarayi Vijayan's board everywhere. Every 100 meters Pinarayi Vijayan's board. But he has not done anything for the welfare of the people of Kerala or the development of Kerala. So people are, they realize that just by keeping votes, he is not going to get votes. And very decisive victory for Congress.
सबसे बड़ी जीत है। श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी ने ये सपना बरसों पहले देखा था, उन्होंने जान दी थी अपनी पार्टी के लिए। आज आप पार्टी के अध्यक्ष कैसे देखते हैं?
श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी पार्टी के लिए जान नहीं दिया। श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी भारत की अखंडता, भारत की प्रभुता और संविधान के लिए अगर जिसने अपने जीवन निछावर कर दिया था, वो डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी।
जो माँ माटी मानुष की बात करती है, वो माँ माटी मानुष वालों ने ही उनको ममता जी को सबक सिखा दिया लगता है।
हम इस समय कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे, जो कुछ बोलूंगा बाद में बोलूंगा, 2 बजे का बाद बोलूंगा, और जो बोलूंगा सच सच बोलूंगा, सच की सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा।
अभी वहाँ श्रमिक भट्टाचार्य जो कहूंगा सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूंगा, वो अदालत के लिए तैयारी कर रहे थे या फिर शपथ ग्रहण के लिए तैयारी कर रहे थे, वी डोंट नो। बट इन बंगाल राइट नाउ the BJP is running away with the mandate. Let's have a look at the strike rate. Suvendu Adhikari and the BJP have a 61% strike rate compared to a 35% strike rate by the Trinamool Congress. The Congress party at this point not showing much because there aren't any more leads left. The Congress was leading in a few seats. That's all going away. Let's look at Kerala. In Kerala, the UDF besting the LDF, yet again returning a fantastic strike rate of 71% under VD Satishan, who emerges the tallest Congress leader. And then you have Pinarayi Vijayan and the LDF. Look at that anti-incumbency and the tiredness, the fatigue with Pinarayi Vijayan, 28%. Will this at least get the left to revamp in Kerala? We'll have to wait and watch. The NDA under Rajiv Chandrasekhar will perhaps take consolation in the vote share they get, but this is not how the BJP would have wanted to pursue their agenda in Kerala. Assam, again, Himanta Biswa Sarma and of course the state in charge of Assam for the elections, Jay Panda, was speaking with us. An 89% strike rate. Look at that. The BJP is at 100 plus leads right now. 3 figures in Assam, and that too bucking anti-incumbency and how they've perfected this formula. Gaurav Gogoi is only going to find his future in doldrums. One wonders what will happen with Mr. Pawan Khera now, because Himanta Biswa Sarma has promised that post the elections he's going to come at him with a vengeance. AUDF against 7%. Let's also quickly look at the TamilNadu strike rate, and this is where the big surprise is, viewers. The surprise is with Vijay and the TVK, and of course the decimation of the DMK. This has surprised a lot of people. Nobody thought the DMK would be slipping so much to 24%. Much more was expected out of Edappadi Palaniswamy, and of course Vijay coming in and surpassing all expectations. Let's try and also look at the halfway mark. Let's also look at the halfway mark in Bengal, and the BJP far over the halfway mark, doing phenomenally well. Here come out the conveyor belts, and look at that, the BJP led by Suvendu Adhikari and of course the other leaders who've got the combination right and riding on this anti-incumbency. Some confidence given by the presence of the central forces, the SIR, all of that adding to this phenomenal performance by the BJP. 181 leads, still counting, many more rounds to go, but the BJP believes they will only consolidate these leads. Okay, these go out, and let's bring out the next set of the conveyor belts, and this, let's look at TamilNadu. This is a person who hardly campaigned, but that campaign was so hard that he's just beaten everybody else black and blue. That is TVK and Vijay. Since 2021, he's been laying the ground via his fan base. They tried to block his movie release. They tried to block his rallies. But his earliest rally was met with tragedy. But somehow, he has been able to keep the hearts in his favor, the emotions in his favor. And that impulse to give somebody different, somebody new a chance, puts him in pole position to form government. With whom, how, we'll see as the dust settles. Assam again, if you go the halfway mark and straight through, in fact more than 3/4 of the mandate has gone to this one man, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. And how strong has he emerged as a leader? He is the one who got the NEDA alliance together. He was the one who actually with Sarbananda Sonobal wanted to become stronger, and he's only going to be far more stronger now. He is the Devendra Fadnavis of the East, if you were to say, for the BJP. That's what he's been able to do in terms of the BJP's fortunes in that region. And let's look at Kerala, and finally VD Satishan should be the face of the Congress party in Kerala, not a KC Venugopal or a Ramesh Chanitela, because it is VD Satishan who's driven it for the UDF alliance along with some of the other allies, but it's the Congress's only remaining bastion. And viewers, it is now a communist Mukt Bharat. Yes, you are talking about the vote shares, the turnout. I have to say, vote wipe directionally got 3 out of the 4 states right. So I commend you for that.
This is according to PTI till 12 o'clock. Shubhendu Adhikari is leading Nandigram only by 662 votes, and Mamata is leading Bhabanipur by 17,000 votes. That's till 12 p.m.
12 p.m.
First
So,
rounds of
I think last when this one was speaking, Shukanta Majumdar, I don't know if you heard him.
This is according to PTI. I quoted PTI.
He said he spoke with Shubhendu Adhikari, and he said that at that time the lead was about 8,000 votes for Didi, and that the other rounds which
I'm talking about Nandigram also. Shubhendu is leading by about 662
Nandigram
votes.
is one, but Bhabanipur. I am talking about Bhabanipur, where he said that Didi is leading, but I will catch up, and he was confident that once the
now Didi is leading by 17,000 votes.
This is which round? How many
Didi
rounds?
is leading by 70,000 votes after third
6
round.
rounds. Third round. Huh?
6 rounds, 19,000.
Who?
Mamata.
6 rounds. Yeah.
Gaurav Gogoi is trailing by more than 13,000 votes.
Gaurav Gogoi.
But Anand, like...
and Pinarayi is only winning by, leading by 3,000.
was Didi's man.
We'll come back to the northeast in a bit. Let's go to the south. Praveen Chakravarti is joining us. He's a very, very strong face, popular face of the Congress party also. And let me ask you, Mr. Praveen Chakravarti, did you expect the TVK to perform the way they have? They've come out and done a Vaibhav Suryavanshi on everybody.
Yes, I am a cricket fan, so I'm glad you brought out that analogy. But no, I mean, did I predict this sort of, seats and this way? No, absolutely not. Okay. Did we know that there was a very, very, very strong anti-incumbency and there was an extremely strong pro-Vijay sentiment among the young? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes.
Right. Let me ask you, if it comes to it, will you be willing to support or offer support to the TVK if they fall 5 or 6 short?
See, first of all, please let's understand what the context of the election is. The chief minister, the deputy chief minister, several ministers are either trailing or engaged in a close fight or lost. What does that tell you? That tells you the kind of wave that is there. So I am not so sure. Right now, it seems quite hypothetical that they may fall a few seats short here or there. I don't know. But, and of course, it's no secret that there was a section of the Congress party that did want this alliance. And we continue to believe that had the Congress allied with the TVK, had Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Vijay even done 2 campaigns together, it would have been a 2/3 majority in the entire state. We would have swept the state.
Somewhere you're sounding like I told you so.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to indulge in that. I don't want to indulge in that.
So, Mr. Chakravarti, do you believe that the Congress's strategy going into TamilNadu was perhaps wrong? I've been seeing some of your remarks, and they're making quite a bit of news that the Congress is an old party of older people, so to speak. Could you help put that into context?
No, see, it is an age, there is an age element, there is an age fault line. Just as what we are seeing in Tamil Nadu, there was this massive need for change, especially among the younger folks. So it is also, I think it's, the next generation of people in the Congress party did want to change. We did feel that, the Congress party has not really benefited enormously from the alliance in Tamil Nadu. There was an opportunity, so we could have. Having said all of that, we stood by whatever the decision the Congress leadership took, and it is what it is.
Are you suggesting?
I don't want to say I told you so. If anything, it's salt on the wound.
No,
it's salt on the wound for us.
Of course, this is an important statement that you make a salt in the wound. But I want to ask you: was there a split on the strategy that you would adopt for Tamil Nadu within the Congress? We heard that there were conversations that were going on. Rahul Gandhi was perhaps very keen on an alliance with Vijay. Was there ever that came to the fore, and how was that resolved eventually?
Yes, so there was, I think it's quite well known, that there was a genuine kind of process that happened within the Congress party. I think it's fair to say a vast majority of the Congress cadre in Tamil Nadu favored a new alliance where we would have gotten more seats, more share, more respect, all of that. But there was also, from the Congress party is a national party as well, so perhaps there were other considerations. So yes, that did happen. But also, please remember, I think what we're missing in all of this is the kind of control that the DMK government exerted using the media and using other channels because they were in government to influence narrative, to shape perception. And pardon me for saying this, I'm not here to whine or complain, but I feel like I have to put this out because it's about your own channel. Your Tamil channel conducted an event in Chennai, just as they do as in the run-up to the elections. They had invited me to come and speak. It was quite well known by then that I favored an alliance with the TVK. On the morning of the event, your editor, Tamil editor here, calls me to say that there's a lot of pressure from the DMK to not invite me. So it's not personal. I'm nobody. It's a small thing, but that is the extent of the pressure on and control of the narrative.
But that's a very interesting point that you make. Just a second, Anand, on that point, because Rahul Gandhi has been an advocate for press freedoms, and Mr. Kharge yesterday or day before on Press Freedoms Day had come out with a very strident statement saying that they must be protected, the press freedoms and so on and so forth. When did you see that the DMK had begun to exert perhaps disproportionate control over the narrative on the media in the state? And did you ever bring this up with the DMK leadership? Was there ever a conversation that perhaps you were a bit uncomfortable with that?
I don't think it's a secret that there was enormous pressure. I experienced it myself, and the point that I'm making with that is not so much about me. What happened to see, please ask yourself this question. In an election where the chief minister, the deputy chief minister, his own son and some senior ministers are trailing, how can the media miss such a wave? How did you all miss such a wave? It is because of the artificial fake narrative that was imposed and coerced. And that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, we were trolled for putting out a vote vibe survey, which might have directionally got it right, with suggesting that the DMK was on the way out. We got very badly trolled. We know what you're talking about. There was a big backlash.
Right?
But I wanted to ask you, sir, I mean, was this ever brought up at the senior levels of the party, between leaders? I mean, I know that Stalin and Rahul Gandhi have a tight bond. They have a good relationship. Was this ever discussed, this sort of oppressiveness where perhaps what you accused the BJP of in 2024 of being cut off by their arrogance and by, you've also said, control over the media and the narrative and so on and so forth from the grassroots. Did you ever sort of bring that up in the context of TamilNadu?
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this was a issue to have been discussed at the highest level, especially of a national leader of a national party with 30 states to this one. But I was making another point. I was making a point about how this is how people miss trends. This is how people miss waves. This is how, I mean, it's astonishing. It's not even close anymore, right?
Well, would you say the same about Bengal? Would you say the same about Bengal? Because I know Rahul Gandhi came out with this Instagram, I remember this post which really set everyone afire. I mean, everyone's talking about it, that Mamata Banerjee polarized the election and perhaps failed by not giving corruption-free government and all of that. So you saw that also. I mean, that's kudos to the Congress and Rahul Gandhi for spotting that trend.
Possible. I don't know Bengal, so I can't comment. I mean, I can only go by what I've seen and what I've experienced.
Right. Praveenji, let me just ask you this. Would you recommend the party leadership to seriously consider helping Vijay now, post-poll? Because TVK is at 108, you have about 6 seats with you, PMK has 6 seats. I think the two of you can regionally, in that region, help Vijay form the government. So in the current scenario, what's your opinion?
This is hypothetical, but my opinion has not changed over the last year or so, which is for the Congress party to grow, an alliance with the TVK is a better choice.
So you would still argue for it, and you would still say even post-poll, if there's a chance, we should.
It is not about government formation. I think you're conflating government formation and this. I'm talking about regardless.
No, I agree. But if there is a chance that government formation is helped, Congress helps formation of the government and unconditional support, perhaps, is that the right?
That's entirely up to our leadership. I mean, I'm sure they will ask for our views and opinions like they did last time for the alliance, but ultimately the decision is with the leadership.
When did you see perhaps the DMK beginning to lose the support of the public in TamilNadu? Was this apparent to you maybe a year or two back in time, or new phenomena?
No, so what is the history here? I mean, please understand, in its 50, 60-year history, the DMK has never won a re-election.
It's true.
In its 60-year history, it has never won a re-election. So that alone tells you something, right? So there is about 10, 12, 15 percentage points of vote that just moves away from the previous election when the DMK is in government. So this was known to us. But what was completely unknown is this massive kind of craze among people below 40. And the way, what is the time I was kind of somewhat convinced was when I combined these two facts. One, the DMK loses 15% vote share every time of 12%. Number two, there is an astonishing 70, 80, 90% of people below 40 telling me that they want a change. They're tired of the two old parties, and they see this newcomer, and they want to give him a chance. And when I combined these two, I said, it's very, very, very difficult for this to come back. And that is when I decided to kind of express my view.
Do you believe there is a non-Dravidian vote where perhaps the Congress of the Kamraj times can perhaps look for a resurgence like that, a nationalist narrative beyond just the regional soft separatism and the ideologies that emerged forthwith, a non-Dravidian narrative? Do you think there is an opportunity for that?
That's a very good question, and I do think there is. I do think there is a growing, especially again among the young. Among the young, there is also a question of, they're not so much into the whole language or, the traditional Dravidian politics. They're much more open-minded, they're much more broad-minded, they're the social media generation. So, and I think that is actually will grow even more, in my view, and that certainly will be a section of voters in Tamil Nadu.
So the national narrative is a possibility. The alliance with TVK or support to TVK is a possibility. Growing Congress on its own is a possibility. How is it that all of this was not seen by the national leadership? What was that one compulsion that you couldn't convince the national leadership about ahead of the elections, when you could read all of this?
See, it's fair enough. I think we make decisions. It's fair enough, like I said, sometimes when older leaders like Mr. Chidambaram also kind of weigh in very, very strongly about continuing with the status quo, perhaps that takes a little bit more precedence and weight over someone like me. And I think it's fair enough. But like I said, it is a missed opportunity, but hopefully not forever.
Right. So you're saying Mr. Chidambaram's opinion weighed more than yours. You think perhaps the leadership will be more open to reason now, given how things are playing out?
See, again, it's not about me. It is not about me. It is about understanding the pulse of a changing India, of a changing Tamil Nadu, of a changing state, of changing states. It's understanding the pulse of the demographic change. When you have 41% of the electorate in Tamil Nadu below the age of 40, and 90% of them are saying that we need a change.
Right.
Will we see, Mr. Chakravarti, will we see a youngsters versus oldies battle within the Congress now at some level? Is there now a tension, really?
See, listen, it's a democracy. I think democracy is about contests, about multiple ideas, multiple views. So I know you all would like to sensationalize, you all want to pick on one thing that would...
No.
It's not any of that. I think to be...
And Ashwani Kumarji is actually listening to this conversation.
He is, and I'm going to just bring him into this in a minute or so. But Mr. Chakravarti, let me ask you the larger picture. Just for you're a thinking man and you have a larger perspective. and we respect that. And I want you to cast your eye across now the palette. So you have a situation where in Assam, the BJP has done fantastically well, or at least looks to be thumping home to a big victory. In Bengal, there's a changing of the guard there, historic as it is. 2 generations have only known left and TMC rule. That's changing. The India bloc suffering a bit of a setback in TamilNadu, but you've come back very strongly in Kerala. The left losing a government for the first time perhaps won't be in any geography in power in any shape or form. What is all this presaging?
For the Congress party, you mean?
Yeah, for national politics and the Congress party.
See, I think national politics, it's very, very clear to me that there is going to be more and more disenchantment with establishment politics. And I think gone are the days when we can continue to kind of dwell in the past, rest on our past laurels, on our past glories, and say, oh, this is a continuation of that trend. It's not. It's gone. I think that is the one thing that we are seeing very clearly. And I want I'm a diehard Congress person. I'm a Congress loyalist, and that is what I want my party to actually come to terms with, to get ready for this change. I actually do believe we have an opportunity in Bengal to rebuild with a radical new kind of vision and a narrative that will suit the changing politics.
Right. Praveen Chakravarti, thank you very much. We've got Ashwini Kumarji with us. He's very keen to make his point. So let's do that, and then we'll also have Mamata Banerjee reacting. We'll play that out after we speak with Ashwiniji. Yes, Ashwiniji, thank you for your patience. Your thoughts on this, what Praveen had just said?
Well, Praveen has spoken about a lot of things, concentrating on DMK and generally, but of course there's no doubt that there is a massive political churn in the country, and the Grand Old Party must now ponder why it is unable to see this churn and take corrective action. So that's for them to decide. But I can tell you on an overall basis, these elections signal a tectonic shift in the consciousness of the nation. BJP is clearly and decisively today a dominant pole of the Indian politics, with Prime Minister Modi as the dominant leader. And there's no denying the fact that the mandate in favor of the BJP in Bengal and Assam have a lot to do with the Prime Minister. However, what is clearly very, very significant is the massive vote obtained by Vijay in Tamil Nadu, which means that there is an assertion of political will by the younger electorate. Women and youth have clearly determined the course of these elections. And that is the constituency which has moved away decisively from the Congress party for the moment. Kerala is a stand-alone example. Kerala, for the past several decades, has fought its election on the basis of the strength of the ideology propounded by each party and the organization structure. Prudent distribution of tickets by the Congress in Kerala, grassroots work done by its local leaders, and a significantly stronger organizational structure explains that result. But overall, this is a vote for change. Overall, this is a vote for recognizing that the political consciousness of the nation has undergone massive shift.
Sir, good points there, but I have to also ask you that this is also the BJP now establishing itself also as a pro-incumbency party. So there is that too, and of course there is the reaffirmation of the double engine. You might have seen that in Assam, but also that was one of the leitmotifs of the Prime Minister's campaign in Bengal. That look, Bengal has slipped down the growth numbers, and we've seen those, and the BJP is the party to take you into the next century, into redefining Bengal itself. But on the other hand, you have Praveen Chakravarti talking about a vote against the establishment parties. That seems to not reconcile in at least two geographies. And Puducherry, don't forget that there also the NDA has done very well.
You are right, Rahul. You are right in the sense that BJP has been largely able to duck the anti-incumbency factor in its favor, which means that is what I keep telling my friends in the Congress and elsewhere. Please recognize the truth for what it is. Obviously, somebody has done remarkable work somewhere.
Yeah.
And you can call it part polarization, but certainly part development. Assam is a case in point. Now, the kind of mandate that the BJP is receiving, the kind of vote share that the BJP is gaining, could be on the basis of polarization. I'm not disputing that. But there's also an element of some delivery on the ground. And you must recognize that. But let me tell you that I've always said this. Congress had 6 decades for itself. That was the time of the Congress. This is, for some time now, going to be the BJP's moment in the politics of this country. And the mood of the people reflects that, the mood of this moment.
Nalin, I have a question for you.
With your kind permission, Ashwini ji, we've got a message coming in from Mamata Banerjee. Just like to play that out and then we'll come back to this conversation. Shehzad Poonawala, good afternoon. Nalin, just hold on to your question. Let's listen to what Mamata Bandyopadhyay had to say.
সবাইকে নমস্কার জানিয়ে বলছি প্লিজ দয়া করে কেউ কাউন্টিং এজেন্টরা এবং প্রার্থী ক্যান্ডিডেটরা তারা ভোটিং এলাকা ছেড়ে আসবেন না। স্ট্রং রুমে যেখানে কাউন্টিং হচ্ছে মানে সেন্টারে সেখান ছেড়ে কেউ আসবেন না। এটা বিজেপির প্ল্যান। প্রথম 2-3 রাউন্ডে আমি কালকে থেকেই বলছি যে ওদেরগুলো আগে দেখাবে, আমাদেরগুলো পরে দেখাবে। এবং অনেক জায়গায় 2-3 রাউন্ড কাউন্টিং করার পরে প্রায় 100টা জায়গায় কাউন্টিং বন্ধ করে রেখে দিয়েছে। এবং কল্যাণীতে ধরা পড়েছে 7টা মেশিন যেখানে কোনো মিল নেই। এটা টোটাল ফোর্সফুলি সেন্ট্রাল ফোর্সকে দিয়ে চারিদিকে তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের উপর অত্যাচার করছে, অফিস ভাঙছে, জোর করে দখল করছে। এসআইআর নামে আপনারা দেখেছেন ভোট লুট করেছে যাতে যে সিটগুলো জিততে পারে। কিন্তু এখনও এমন 70টা সিট আছে, 100টা সিট আছে যেগুলো আমরা এগিয়ে আছি সেগুলো বলছে না। টোটালটাই মিথ্যে নিউজ খাওয়াচ্ছে। আগে ডিআইসিও এই খবরগুলো দিত কিন্তু তাকে কালকে চেঞ্জ করে দেওয়া হয়েছে। টোটালটাই ইলেকশন কমিশন নিজের ইচ্ছে মতো খেলছে এবং সাথে কেন্দ্রীয় বাহিনীকে নিয়ে। এবং আমাদের পুলিশরা টোটাল মাথা নত করে কেন্দ্রীয় বাহিনীর আন্ডারে কাজ করছে। সুতরাং আমি সব আমাদের কাউন্টিং এজেন্টদের, আমাদের সমস্ত পার্টির কর্মীদের বলবো অত মন খারাপ করার কারণ নেই। আমি বলেছিলাম সূর্যাস্তের পরে আপনারা জিতবেন। 3 রাউন্ড 4 রাউন্ড কাউন্ট হলেও এটা 14 রাউন্ড থেকে 18 রাউন্ড কাউন্ট হয়, তখন আপনারা জিতবেন। ওয়েট অ্যান্ড সি, ওয়াচ। আমরা সবাই আপনাদের সাথে আছি, আপনারা কেউ ভয় পাবেন না, নিশ্চিন্তে থাকুন, আমরা বাঘের বাচ্চার মতো লড়াই করে যাবো।
Mamata Banerjee there, Shehzad Poonawala, Ashwini Kumar, and to our viewers in Bangla coming out and saying only 3 to 4 rounds have been counted yet. Don't lose heart. She's alleged that the Election Commission and the forces are deliberately slowing down the counting so that the mood can be morose, and to delay the counting so that, and she's telling the counting agents not to leave the counting center. She's also saying there will be 14 to 18 rounds of counting in each center, and when that counting happens, we will win. So continue to hold your energies and your spirits, keep your spirits high. After sunset.
Okay,
as of now, the vote share.
Let me bring in Shehzad Poonawala on that comment. Yes, I'm coming out to you also, but Shehzad Poonawala, yes.
You see, Rahul, from pre-poll bahana, now they've moved on to post-poll bahana, and this is the triple D. First it was drama outside the strong room, then it was living in denial, dhamki, and now it is delusion. So nobody can prevent Mamata Banerjee or TMC from being in delusion. The only hope is that they will not indulge in institutionalized post-poll violence like they did in 2021, because the entire messaging of this election was Bhai Tantra versus Lok Tantra, point number 1. Point number 2, while I do have the mic for another few seconds, let me just make a couple of more points. Out of these 5 state elections, there are 3 places where the BJP NDA has managed to win. One in Assam, one in Bengal, one in Puducherry. Clearly it shows that BJP, despite being serving for last 10-12 years, under leadership of Prime Minister Modi, has been able to gain new ground. For instance, Bengal is a new ground for us. Odisha was a new ground for us. We have come to power in states like Tripura and Assam before this. That was new ground that we've been able to develop for us. On the other hand, you see there will be a DMK Mukt Bharat, there will be a TMC Mukt Bharat, there will be a Left Mukt Bharat, and there will perhaps be an India Alliance Mukt Bharat. By the way, where is Rahul Gandhi on such an important day? By default, they have won in Kerala, or they are winning in Kerala. But the fact of the matter is that Rahul Gandhi hasn't been able to provide leadership to the India Alliance, even in this election. And final point is that, look, what is the question on SIR and Election Commission? In Kerala, SIR Election Commission is fine. In TamilNadu, nobody seems to be complaining about SIR or Election Commission. But the complaints are only happening now in Assam and Bengal. So I think that is opportunism pro max. But having said that, I think Mamata Banerjee should be graceful in accepting the verdict of the people. They have rejected her brand of politics of Babri, Bari, and always doing bhrashtachar and indulging in the outsiders.
Shehzad Poonawala, you said Left Mukt Bharat, Communist Mukt Bharat has happened in Kerala, but it's also happened in Jadavpur. So Jadavpur, the BJP is leading by 14,000 votes, 12 to 14,000 votes. That's what we are given to understand. So there is a trend and there is an ability to hold power. Nalin Mehta, yeah. To Ashwini Kumar, yeah.
These results show he's now become even stronger as a totem pole of Indian politics. This is akin to the Congress of the 1950s. You could today travel in a car from Haryana right across the center of India, right up to the furthermost corner of the northeast, and only go through saffron states. Right, so that is the extent, nature of this extent. I think this is not just because of polarization. I totally agree with Ashwini Kumar.
Interesting anecdote that you say, but Kutch to Kibitu, you can drive through.
You can, exactly. The point I want to make is that I think politically, Narendra Modi today is stronger than he was before the 2024 election. There was a setback in 2024. Since then, the BJP has won multiple elections: Delhi, Haryana, Maharashtra, Bihar, and now West Bengal is really the crowning glory of that, because it's totally new territory. So this will carry momentum. I think this puts BJP in a very strong pole position leading into the UP election for next year.
Ashwini ji, agree, disagree?
The analysis is writ large in terms of the numbers. Broadly speaking, what has been said seems to be correct for the moment, but I'm not given to triumphalism. The victor has a right to revel, but there's no dignity in triumphalism. Even if Mamata Didi loses in Bengal, do not forget that she will remain a very strong pole in Bengal and also might become more active at the national level. So these elections could also see a change in the India grouping dynamics post-election. Mamata has said that she feels that things will turn out better. She is entitled to her optimism by a long shot. But give it to her that she is a fighter and she should be respected for that. And as far as the evolution of electoral politics is concerned in India, I think the heartening feature is that electoral democracy in a largely peaceful election has deepened in India. There should be a ground for happiness for all Indians. While I compliment those who are going to win, I also must applaud the fight put up by the other parties. Democracy is a contestation of ideas. Congress has been winning for 60 years. If it loses now, doesn't mean it can't come back, but it has to do some very, very serious introspection.
Right. You said while we must celebrate Indian democracy, the question I have is if you can answer this question, sir. The BJP we have seen has continued to evolve, has continued to add new dimensions in every election. It's changing the game in every election. Why is the opposition not able to do that? What is the problem with the Congress, in your view, sir?
Well, it's $1 million question. I've been trying to unravel this mystery. But one thing is clear, that although some of the issues that the Congress is raising are really relevant and are important, but there is some weakness in the messaging of that message. I think the communication skills of the opposition and the kind of leadership and the contradictions that they present do not make them appear to be credible alternatives to the BJP juggernaut.
Right.
That is a summary of what I believe.
Right. Shehzad Poonawala, you said TMC Mukt and Left Mukt, etc. But in Tamil Nadu and in Kerala, it is also BJP Mukt. Both these places, the BJP did it make a mistake? Did it make a mistake by not fighting alone, especially in TamilNadu and in Kerala? God's own country is denying the BJP.
Look, as much as we were optimistic about all the results, the fact of the matter is that in Kerala, we are a party which is in the growing phases. So nobody seriously thought that we were going to form a government there. But even then, our rise in Kerala, particularly the victory in Thiruvananthapuram, is a very encouraging sign. And you remember that in the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, once we won, it's after 10 years that we came to power in Gujarat, and then Gujarat has been a different story.
Yeah.
So there are some good beginnings there also that have happened. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, look, it was an anti-DMK vote. The fact of the matter is that the competition is between TVK and the AIADMK NDA alliance. The fact is that it's an anti-DMK vote, and the DMK, whether by our efforts or Vijay's efforts, has been dislodged from Tamil Nadu. 30 odd ministers are losing their election. So I think it's an anti-DMK vote. Now let's wait for the final result in Tamil Nadu.
Vijay के साथ सरकार बनाओगे आप?
We can offer comments on what went right and wrong.
BJP, will the BJP ally with Vijay?
I love Vijay's films. I love Vijay's films. I'm a big fan. I'm going to consume a lot of Vijay's films. As far as any post-poll alliance is concerned, I think we already have an alliance in place. It's not like the Congress-DMK alliance. It's a Majboot alliance, not a Majboor alliance. Any of these decisions will be taken at a level far higher than me. So clearly you're not expecting a pravakta to tell you about what
let me ask you.
आपके मजबूत alliance ने आपको मजबूर कर दिया. Yes.
Okay, Shahzad Punara, let me ask you this. Big story being told. The NDA, 3 out of 5 political geographies wins back. Clearly one very important pillar of the India bloc, apart from Mamata Banerjee today decimated. The left also, don't forget, staring at oblivion. So 3 big pods on which the India bloc rests today are shaky. Do you see a re-altering of the political order in the country? Some people are calling it a vote against establishment parties. Therefore, the NDA needs to be even more critically aware of what is going on.
Actually, let me analyze it in a different way. Rahul, there was never anything called in this election. What was the India alliance? Can anyone tell me? Like I say it in a lighter vein, कि तेजा का मार किसके गाल पे था? Who was the India alliance in Kerala? Who was the India alliance in Bengal? There is nothing called India alliance. India alliance is essentially a situationship cobbled up in the form of an alliance with a glue of anti-Modiism, with a glue of opportunism, with a glue of coming to power Kain Prakaren, mostly with the appeasement of Muslims, and they have a common vote bank. So they cannibalize each other's vote bank. Now the Congress party for very long has been riding on the shoulders of alliance partners. Now the Congress will see this as an opportunity. Now DMK is gone, TVMC is gone, and left is gone. Now let me become the sole custodian of this Muslim vote bank, and therefore the Congress itself will be orchestrating the Pind Dan of India alliance today. You wait and watch. The Congress itself will do the Antim Sanskara of India alliance.
Well, viewers, it's a big turn of the tide. 1300 hours, 1 o'clock, 5 hours into counting, and the time has come for us to take a quick look at the larger picture, the broader picture, the top headline, so to speak, viewers. What is the biggest headline? The biggest headline today coming out of the pollscape, and we're going to be looking at some numbers, the quad, the big block, and I'm going to take you over these numbers. But what you're going to be confronted by is an unstoppable NDA. Just about 22 months ago, the NDA looked rickety. It had, the BJP had fallen short of the halfway mark, 32 short of the halfway mark, or 33 if you want to be exacting of the halfway mark, viewers. But then look at what's happened. You have the NDA now going from strength to strength. It's not just this